What's happening, everyone? Happy Tuesday morning. Oh, isn't it a good day? It's been a good week. It's been a good week in Hexaco. Whew. It's one of those things, you know, you can talk about it for months and years and just tell everyone that Mac Daddy of crypto is here, but until it actually happens, everybody forgot. They forgot about Hex, forgot about that old tech that just won't stop going. It is really unstoppable. I'm gonna go over a couple things today. Short stream, probably 30 minutes or so. Welcome to the chat. Kaiser, how's it? Good to see you. Appreciate you, all your clips, putting the good word out there, going to the streams, and really bringing out the meaningful stuff and getting everybody pumped up about this wonderful product in this ecosystem. So appreciate you guys. Special shout out to you today. Hex Edits, another content creator and just person who knows what's up. What's up. What's up, Hex? It's good to see you. Good to see you and Kai's at both. I'm going to put this on the screen. Let me paste it in the chat real quick. If you haven't voted already, I'll be curious to see the doubling, the almost doubling, or if you don't own any Hex. If you want to see the results, tell me which one to click, and I'll click one. Again, I don't want to taint the poll here. So taint the poll. Interesting. But just let me know. Shout out to 50 Cent, by the way. It's been a while since I've seen 50 Cent. Used to make a lot of good music out there. See, Phoenix all knows dusting off some emotional damage I haven't dealt with for years. Okay. Well, hope you're doing well, Phoenix. Hope you're doing well out there. I mean, the bear market has been hard on many. It has turned many into going to other coins, meme coins, and otherwise that may or may not be doing as well. Again, it's funny to see this picture in picture, by the way. It shows me scrolling here on Twitter. It's got probably a couple second delay or something. It's really people. Some people left the ecosystem. Some people have just not, been participating as much, or maybe they're taking a break for good reason and all that stuff too. Everyone's got to take care of themselves. But it's really, Hex has this way of reminding you why it's here, what it's here to do, and it's very interesting to see when we have these green candles. And I'll just see, I have the Hex chart over here. I still got some stuff up from the stream with Wells Only yesterday. Yeah, touched a penny here a couple times, looks like, on EHEX. PHEX, I'll pull up. Oops. Let me redo that tab. Just in case we want to go back to it, I'll go to deck screener and go to Hex on PLS right now, which has just been ripping too, just ripping. PSI, when 50 Cent changed his name to 50 Hex. That would be cool. I'm excited for those memes and for that to happen. If and when it ever does, that would be pretty cool. Let the Hex Mania begin. Boy, it's been feeling good. It's been again, if you just it's these are the daily, close on the daily. It's just amazing. Look at these, just green up into the it's got the meme I reposted from Corey Gary the other day of when Trump and everybody are like looking at the meteor, and Richards, it's going back and forth, showing Richard just going, all that stuff. That flashed my mind when I see these daily closes here. Whew, so good. Green. Again, don't know how long it's going to last. Do not know how long it's going to last. Maybe some people have better ideas than others. However, be careful out there. Again, according to math, if you were buying down here, you would get a better deal if you held us up here. For example, again, take profit, all that stuff. You guys know what I'm talking about, though. I try to say things without giving financial advice in any way. So I'm just trying to get to the point without telling you what to do here. But boy, it has been a ride. Look, this Wix up too. It's been a ride for the ages up here. Longs and shorts too. Yeah, I just want to pull this up real quick. That was interesting. On Fame, if anyone has a list of the actual positions, it'd be interesting to see too. I'll drop this in. Interested in looking at some of the trading stuff going on here. Thought this was an interesting chart. So right around the time, so the net P&L, traders net P&L, right before HEX just started going crazy. I can imagine maybe these were that were taking in a lot of profit there if you had long HEX around this point. And then maybe some people here that expecting or otherwise wondering when HEX is going to go down. Maybe the shorts coming into play here, or just the longs being closed as well. So just some ideas here of some people trading and doing leverage and otherwise. Again, be extremely careful if you're participating in any of that. Gotta know what you're doing. Don't want to lose your stack, lose part of your stack, lose all your stack. Don't want to do that. But I thought it was interesting to look at the stats here and what the trading P&Ls looked like over the last few days of this. Wow, just a lot of people who are betting one way or another. But certainly one way people make a lot of money, lose a lot of money. There's other ways to stake and earn yield as well with various risk and otherwise. But staking HEX, I will say that never felt so good to pick it up around this price. Again, if I just search RHMax HEX, look at some of the videos. A lot of people made a lot of content last weeks, months, years saying, hey, cheap T-shares are better than expensive G-shares, I guess you could say, and getting them locked up. Especially in the last week or two, if you bought HEX or got stakes or otherwise. I'll just pull this up for yesterday. I was talking to Wells, and this number was literally like $3,000 the other day. You can go look at the video. It's around 3K. And today it is almost tripled for EHEX at least. And locking up for 5555 gets you a cool 100 T-shares just for $1 million. I say just for $1 million HEX, which actually costs money now. Before it was like it costs a lot less money. But even 365, you're just locking it up for 365. That's 40 T-shares. 40 T-shares is a good amount of T-shares as well. So pretty cool there. Pretty cool. Staking wise too, I just wanted to talk about, there's a lot of different ways to do HEX. Taking advantage of these cheap T-shares, 5-year, 10-year, 15-year, certainly locking up longer gets you many more T-shares. So if we just do like, so this would be 10 years, we added 0, still gonna get you, 100 T-shares for that amount. And then if we did, let's just do like 3 years, let's just do like 1,000 days or something like that. Still, 50 T-shares. Again, getting paid with your proportional shares, daily payout every day. Again, check out the stream with Wells yesterday. We talked a lot about the different nuances and stuff here too. But ladders, a lot of people like ladders. If you're ever going to try to time the market with HEX, that's something you can do. Again, timing the market beats timing the market, in my own opinion, and what a lot of my strategies that I like to deploy. But if you are thinking the top's going to be around a certain time, you want to take profit, then you can time your T-shares to come out around that time. There's charts to show you when other people have huge stakes coming out, which they may want to sell, for example. So you can kind of adjust your risk around that as well. But a lot of different ways to do it. Multi-year, people do shorter stakes. When I say shorter stakes, meaning months, not years. But generally speaking, years out, especially again in the last week or two, locking up those T-shares for much cheaper. Now it would the same amount of money. So let's just say 3.3 to get the 5. So the same amount of money around 3K a week ago. I get you 33 T-shares for the 3K. So anyways, locking up T-shares, long-term game. HEX is good for that. There's a lot of HEX wells though. A lot of HEX wells, I like to trade it. And again, hard to say where we're going to go from here. But boy, that has been just a breath of fresh air to see, all the people saying, "Oh, HEX is down forever," SEC, all the FUD, and then all of a sudden it's like, no. Everyone, a lot of people, perhaps they think that was the bottom. I've heard a lot of people call the bottom as well. And once you hit a bottom, once something goes down this much, especially on the EHEX side, there's not a lot of liquidity. That thing just like shot way, way up. And the PHEX side shot up as well. People pressing buy, people with money pressing buy as well. If you scroll through here, we can see some wells here. A 20K buy as well. You can use X screen or two to kind of see like some of these big sales, selling here, 10K, sell 5K. Seeing what people are doing as far as PX goes, some sales here as well. But boy, it's been interesting. So let me get to chat. Let me get to chat here and see what you guys are talking about here. What's up, Ted? How's it going? Launch delays with a new bear market? Yeah, it's funny how, we got a lot of PulseChain projects that haven't launched or been delayed or otherwise, but I don't know. It doesn't really bother me when they get delayed. Like literally when Mintra launched, for example, I was surprised and it was like a cool surprise. I was not expecting, I couldn't even remember. I remember Gerardo saying, I think he said October on the show, and it wasn't going to be the next day or the day after that. And I kind of forgot about it. I was like, okay, I don't, it's always fun to see launches, but it's not, I'm not going to like every day, like, oh, I can't wait till Mintra launches or any product. And then it launched. I was like, oh, well, that's cool. Tokens live. All right, cool. So it was, again, I wasn't sitting here like waiting, making sure that my emotions were completely tied to when this thing launched. So whether it's Liquid Loans, whether it's Power City, Tetra, whatever it is, I don't sit here thinking, God, why have they launched yet? I don't know. I don't know how to explain it other than maybe I'm just distracting myself with other things. Maybe it's streaming, maybe it's, coding, or maybe it's, just other thing. Maybe it's just real life stuff, getting more into that. Mindfulness, meditation, all that stuff's pretty fun. But yeah, I don't think about these delays, because when these coins launch, my life doesn't change. When PulseChain launched, that was like the biggest launch that possibly happened, and it was awesome and glorious. But leading up to it, I was still surprised it was even going to launch in mid-May. I was like, well, I feel like it's close. It seems close. It seems reasonable, but I'm not gonna like be anxious about it. And yeah, it didn't 100x either. So not a lot. I'm sure some people did retire after PulseChain launch, but majority of people still hanging out, I imagine. Hexstrometer, I connect to PulseChain, still to see my PX copy. How can I claim? I feel like you've asked that question before. There's no claim for that. If you had HEX before the fork, you will have HEX after you connect to PulseChain in your wallet. So I'm not sure if you understand the nuance on that part, but if you had EHEX beforehand, you will have PX, same thing, stakes copied over, all that stuff. So just if it's not in your wallet, then you sound like you didn't have EHEX on there beforehand. Was there a liquidity issue and FANG people taking profits out from their longs? Was there I didn't hear of one, so I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that. I've not heard of those issues though. I think locking up 350K with 5.5 will get you $1 million. Thinking about doing that. Get you $1 million. Get you $1 million T-shares? Let's check that out. I hadn't even thought of it. Hadn't crossed my mind $1 million T-shares. So let's see, 350. Oh, so how do we currency, So I have to calculate how much. So let's just say a penny. So 350K, what is that? 50,000 in dollars, right? So $350 worth of HEX. So yeah, let's just go to Coin Paprika. Got a little Nice deal there. Makes it easy. So this is for, oh gosh, come on, load. So annoying when I'm streaming, websites just don't load sometimes because of computers are hard. All right, let's just do 3.5. Let's just say that's 350 million or so. Let's just do it like that and play with it. So X principal, current USD value, that's 3 million. Okay. Too many zeros. 350. Okay, 336, pretty close. Let's maybe adjust it. Let's do 7. Just to get close. All right, 6.5. 5.555 gets you, so 350K, if I'm reading that correctly, 5.555. That gets you 3,000 T-shares, 3,600. So to get a million, I have to add a couple on there. Yeah, you're gonna need a lot to get a million T-shares. That's 3 million. So million T-shares, you're gonna need, what is that? $100 million around it. So 96, 95, between 90, $95 million to get a million T-shares on HEX. At least that is what, 10 billion HEX. Gosh, a million T-shirts. That's pretty cool. Pullback. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't, like I said, I wouldn't be surprised. Things go up like this. I would be surprised to see, people taking some profit. It went up really, really fast. And again, you got to think about what is holding there. So let's just look at today. What is holding it there? Is there a euphoria moment? Did Richard tweet? Is it just the whales manipulating the price as they have every right to do so? Trying to figure out what kind of moves they want to like make a lot of money now, or wait till the macros are perfect, or just like can I execute some of these trades or positions or otherwise? Do people just wake up? Is it just this momentum? Do we have momentum now? I mean, there's a whole bunch of different, we got technicals, like liquidity and all this stuff too. But yeah, with HEX at least, I mean, you're looking at over the week, over 200% for the week as of now. I think we almost touched 300%, somewhere at the high 200s. 1 penny HEX. That just feels good to see 1 penny HEX again. It's kind of sad being under 1 penny, but 1 penny and beyond. I like that. What's up, Godfather J6? Good to see you. DM squared, no way. I'm not sure what that was in reference to. Oh, no way in a good way. Looks awesome. How's the EX doing? Yeah, the EX is doing pretty well. It's not there. Had it before launch. I'm not sure. I mean, that's kind of, everyone, the same thing happened to everyone. If they had it before launch, liquid or staked, it is in their wallet. So it may be a different wallet. Maybe it HEX in a different wallet. Check that out. I don't know beyond that. I want L on PC to launch, so I can free up most of my capital without selling. The biggest reason launching. That is a way to #never sell. Again, it comes with risk. You got to get the liquidity levels or the collateralization levels correct. And there's a great series Jexa just did. Definitely check that out. Type in JEXXA liquid loans strategies. He did a four-part series or so talking about that. Very, very interesting. Tokens, not T-shares. Yeah, it's definitely not tokens on that. Oh, token. Oh, let me go read this again. Maybe I just completely read that wrong. Okay, thinking of locking up 350K with 5.555. So 350 tokens would get you $1 million. Okay, maybe you're saying $1 million then. So let's go back. Let's do 350K, 5.555. Oh, get you $1 million HEX. Okay, missing a lot of variables there. I kept guessing the wrong one. So, gotcha. 350K. Yes. Sorry, I don't know why that didn't come to mind immediately. It's like the easiest thing, right? Like to double, triple, whatever you put in, I guess based on the fees, because, you know, longer pays better. And you get, you know, I don't know if this, I think this includes, does it include the fees? It may include, some calculations may include the fees and stuff as well. So again, we're just going to move it over a penny. If it 10x's to 10 cents, future value. I mean, right? Like, how do you get better than that? How do you get better? 15 years. If HEX is a 10x from here, if you bought at a penny, if you didn't even buy it at a third of a penny, HEX, 10x is from here. Again, I feel like I've did these calculations like a million times on stream, and these numbers they always look unbelievable. But this is, again, no guarantees, nothing like that. This is just based on a whole bunch of different stuff, and that's what people are looking for. That's what attracts people to HEX. They see, like, mathematically, this thing has been audited, you know, economics audit, security audit, all this stuff. They see the community, they see the code, they see the chains, they see the founder, and you look at, you know, these things, you see that the effects, the mind, it is hard for the mind to comprehend compound interest and these just exponential factors that happen in history over and over and over. Not saying it's going to happen with HEX, not going to say it's going to happen anything else. Nobody knows this stuff. But historically speaking, these things in different fields and different industries have happened over and over. Coca-Cola, you know, the railroad, Tesla, Amazon, just these things have happened in different ways in different places. So we need to get a solid product that's meant to last, meant to stand the test of time. A better Bitcoin. It's what people refer to as well. Yeah, Bitcoin with yield, right? Bitcoin with yield. And I hope everyone take full advantage of it. I hope you all become like millionaires and do amazing stuff in the world. That's why we're here, right? Be your best version of yourselves. If you have other ambitions, may they positively affect the world. Need more people positively affecting the world. You can finally say HEX affected. I don't know. Yeah, different contexts. Maybe we can. Let's talk perhaps. Oh, Fast. Good morning, you Fast. What's up, Jay? Everything? How's it going? Scrolling down here. Scrolling down again. Get any? Can you just say unsub? All right. I mean, everyone's free to do as they like there. Maybe you're joking. If you are, that's funny too. Hopefully get your HEX wherever it is, if you had it in a particular wallet. Davis, how's it going? Welcome. T-shares are pretty cheap. Well, they're almost looking expensive. Like, if we're a prisoner of the moment, they're looking expensive compared to what they used to be. But funny enough, that's what time does. What's next? I know, maybe he was joking. He might have been joking. We'll see. Again, I hope everyone gets their fork copy. But imagine how many people next year are gonna be like, "Oh, where's my fork copy?" Like, how long are people going to ask where their fork copy is for their coins? Not just HEX, but other coins too. Imagine, like, when people actually hear a PulseChain next year. Maybe, you know, there's a lot of people who will never hear a PulseChain until bull run. You know, until they believe crypto's back, until they return to their computer and looking at stuff and streams and all that. So imagine, like, maybe for years we're going to get people asking, you know, about their copies and how this stuff works, and whoa, it's actually worth value, or oh, you know, check, it's not worth value, all that stuff. So that's pretty cool. Again, playing long-term games, long-term people. That's what I like to do. Profit, we're all down hard, even at DCA. Just saying. Yeah, it's this question always comes up, and there's a valid point here. If you bought higher and then you watch HEX go down, on paper, you're down. If you sell, you realize that part of being down. But there's other ways. So the key point that's missing in all this is saying, again, if you bought at 30, 40 cents HEX and it went down to sub penny, yeah, that doesn't feel good. That doesn't look great. But what if you bought at sub penny and it goes up to 30 cents? So it's like, I don't want to get stuck in, I bought higher, so when thing goes down, I'm not going to either, re-average my DCA, make my DCA price better, or take advantage of it otherwise. Because it's like, it's always funny, this loop of, if you buy something really high and then it goes down really low in the macro conditions and splitting buying pressure and all this, like, we got all these other coins now and all the conditions that make sense for it to go down. But you still, maybe you're staked, maybe you've, otherwise you have this bag. I don't know. To me, I personally would look at it and be like, whoa, now I can buy this thing really cheap. I don't think I've looked at, and again, I'm, heavily in the community and been following Richard for, 6 years and all that stuff. But I didn't look at, when I looked at my stake value and all that stuff go down over the last year or so, my thought wasn't, wow, I got a really bad deal. Even those, well, I'd say some of my stakes, I still got a really good deal, I think, on. But some of the other stakes I didn't. Some of the stakes, yeah, I was making them when it was, prices were much higher too. But I don't look at them and just feel like, oh, I got a bad deal. I look at them and think, okay, well, that happened. But I've been given another chance. Like this whole time, HEX was like sub penny and around a penny and under 5 cents, under 10 cents, all this stuff. Our friend Somi says, market buy HEX under, what's he say? Forget. He's like, he thinks HEX under 8 cents or 10 cents is a good deal, just because he thinks it's going to go much higher in the future. Correct me if I'm wrong, Somi. Pretty sure I've heard you say that more than once. But looking at it then, it's hard for me not to see them as a good deal being so low, because I think they'll go back up. So profit is for the people who bought it lower and are now seeing it go up. So not everyone is in profit right now. Most people probably aren't in profit because most people didn't buy it at the lows. But again, that's why we're here talking about it, right? We're here talking about it to show the value of HEX, the community, the code, the founder, everything I've just talked about, everything people have been talking about for hours and hours and hours, hundreds of hours of streaming, over 100 streamers have been talking about the power of this thing. So to if nothing else, maybe we get people to realize when it is down, depending on your own plan and stuff, I believe when it's down, it's a bargain for me. So I take action accordingly. So anyways, hopefully that's helpful. Danny Stratford, I have 250K liquid HEX. Keep liquid or stake? Boy, that is completely up to you. If you keep it liquid, you're not getting paid the inflation. If you stake it and HEX goes way up, those could be cheaper T-shares. And the opposite could also happen. So up to you. I like staking, especially if you have, say you have, millions of HEX and you want to stake a ladder, like 100K, 200K, all those can be different parts of a ladder coming out over time. I've talked about HEX ladders and stuff before, so completely up to you. But may you get the most out of whatever situation you're in, and hopefully, yes, HEX goes to the moon as well. What's up, Delta? Exciting times for HEX indeed. Mine your HEX with others to stake for more yields. Yeah, I didn't even cross my mind, but there you go, Maximus pool party. So you can join pool parties, and I mean there's perpetuals and stuff right now too. You can join different when pool party comes out. Be able to do pooled HEX staking, and could be profitable as well. What's up, SMO Spider? Welcome back. HEX is good. It's really, yeah, it really is. It's one, like, I don't blame people for not understanding it. I'm just gonna switch back to the chart. I don't blame people for not understanding it, because it is not easy to understand. It's one of those things you could explain it. You could take a course or whatever and be like, okay, I understand. You get yield for staking, but that's scratching the surface. Like it is it is way more like once you understand the mechanics, if you ever understand the mechanics, you just, again, there's a reason, there's hundreds of streamers who, at least a portion of them can properly describe X and, or properly like get people excited about it because it's at a deeper level because it's great. Can't imagine what the price is going to be in 15 years unless the bug eaters kill the industry. Yeah. Well, I don't think the bug eaters are going to kill the industry. I think maybe they'll temper the gains for a lot of the bigger cap stuff. Just my wild speculation, not financial advice. But HEX, cool thing is we have huge benevolent whales. We have protection from the bug eaters, if you will, with the OA. So again, me and Wells talked about this last night. OA is a guarantee that people can't come in and just take over, right? Somebody owns 90% of the supply, and they're benevolent, and they protect HEX from bug eaters or anyone else. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. How many HEX for a t-shirt? Depends on what chain, but this one, I'm looking at HEX for one t-shirt. Let's just do, t-shirt. So 29,000. So let's do 30,000. 30,000. Let's do 3 t-shirts. Let's do 365. So you can do half a year or so, all that stuff. So around 30K. T-shirt rates around 30K. Be conservative thing at 40 cent EX bull run into 2025. That would be cool. I would like that very much. I would like 40 cent HEX for sure. 35K. Talking about Bitcoin price. Right? Did Bitcoin hit like 36K? I haven't been paying attention to Bitcoin lately, other than the macro stream I did the other day. It's when I paid the most attention to it I have for a while. But it is a lot of people believe that is one of the macro indicators. So it's definitely important. You know what? I want to check that. I'm curious about the GBDC discount right now. Where is it at? Let's do, so 12%. 12%. Very cool. Very cool. 12%. Again, if we see where it crossed over. February 23, 23rd, 2021, crossed over to going negative. 12%. Yeah, it's dropping fast. I mean, it looks fast looking at the chart here, but just in 3 months, well, we bought them there 48% December last year. I believe it. That was rough times. 12% now. So the top, if you believe the top was, late 2021, then, or like the mega top or so like that, this thing was negative for a while. So negative for a while. And there was still, some, the Bitcoin chart real quick. Yeah. So end of 2021, 60K, showing 64K Bitcoin here. Yeah. And the discount was still negative. Still negative on there. And it showed. Let me duplicate this real quick. November 2021. Yep, negative. So never know. It could be, what if it's negative and we go up? Because it was negative before and the price is still going up. So hard to say. Hard to say. Look at this. Brah! Yeah, pretty cool. Pretty cool. Anyways, go back to HEX here. All right, wrapping up here in a minute. If you have any questions, get them in because I'm running up on my time here. So many people let their HEX stakes have ended bleed out on PulseChain for their relative, Adam. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. People may not even know what PulseChain is before. I think a lot of Hexicans will, more than other coins that got copied over. but that'd be, never know, paying everyone else. Nice to see your point. Do agree with DCA is the only way along staking course. Yeah. It is good. I like, some people don't like DCA. I like DCA. I like buying X and staking XO too. I like having HEX. Like having HEX just feels good. Yeah. Even if you haven't bought it, if you got stakes out for years and years and years, yeah, I mean, even if you haven't bought it for a while, just like, just feel like, wow, can't wait till those days come up. I can decide what to do with it. I can take profit. I can restake it. I can do a lot of cool stuff in the real world. I can be whatever whale, dolphin, otherwise fish I want to be. Yeah, choices. Everyone has choices. Pretty cool. All right. HEX, Hedron, Narcosa. Yep. Hopefully V2 will maybe breathe some air back into those, as well as the market going up too. Exposure to T-shares in the T-share system. Pretty cool. Love all the derivatives, Maximus, and the different exposure T-share with Hedron ecosystem as well. Lots of NFTs. Not getting burned very much. So excited. Glad we all stuck it out. I know it's been a long road, but again, if you're still here, or you're coming back, or you're still with us, I think we can do great things in this community. We got some good people here. Diamond Hands. What's up, Tin Top? PulseChain Gangster. If anyone wants a 9-year stake, they should buy this. It's still a big discount. There is that's Maximus discount. There would be a discount until there's not a discount on those. When I think next, I can see. I wonder if there'll be a lot more liquidity going in the bull market with a lot of the Maximus bonds. You want to call them bonds? I kind of want to call them bonds sometimes, but I know there's differences and stuff. They feel, they're way different than traditional bonds. Because they're way different than U.S. dollar system and the Fed and all that stuff. But and even other types of bonds. But pretty interesting. I really want to read the book. When I see there's a book, like I want some economics professor or otherwise to write a book describing HEX and like all the derivatives and like all the different products and stuff. That'd be cool. I like to stick with things that aren't going to rug. Benny Blanco, I agree with you. I agree. HEX is the thing in my mind that's least likely to rug of any crypto. Pretty much, yeah. Pretty much. HEX and Bitcoin. I feel like HEX, Bitcoin, Ethereum seem pretty good. PulseX T-shirt rate dollars back at all-time high, 20K. Is it? Let me get 30K in HEX. What is 30K in HEX? That is around $250. I don't know about dollars all-time high. I feel like it's, HEX was 50 cents. T-share rate was lower, but still, HEX was exponentially higher. So I'm missing something on that one. Could be reading it wrong. I think people are sleeping on the value of validating PulseChain. Don't know, talk about it validating. Yeah, man, I got 30 AMAs on validating. However, I know we just hit, what was it, 47K validators. So we're still adding more people. That's another way to lock up PLS. It's great. Validating is cool. It lets you, gives you a reason to learn about technology and Linux and stuff too. So that's pretty cool. Again, if anyone's interested in validating, I'll drop the link in tinyurl.com/go validate. Any page, get you started, get you to the code, automated scripts, tell you what you need, and videos and AMAs and all that stuff too. Validator AMA or APY? Let's look at it real quick. I'm just going to go Pulse. I really haven't launchpad.pulsechain.com, but Go Pulse has the map. I like the map. And this is estimated, the actual APR. I don't, a lot of people think these numbers are higher than the actual one. And I think it's just because we just don't have good metrics on it yet. Like we don't have accurate way to talk about the APR on PulseChain versus Ethereum, at least not publicly, where like StatSats are going to like use this new measurement to do it. So hopefully one day people will come up with a new way of measuring it, which is accurate. So yeah, I would say it was probably closer to 10% than 15. But depends, how many validators you have and how early you got in. If you were in the first 10,000 validators, you have to average in that APY too. So depending if you're there versus if you just got in. So pretty beautiful, pretty awesome. Yeah, a ton of validators. Yep, I've got a ton of content on me and Gamma and David Feeder, and we got scripts from Dip Slayer and otherwise. Not Dip Catcher, Dip Slayer. A lot of people get them confused. They're both cool. Both cool guys. As well as compounding validators. Yeah, I mean, this doesn't mean there's 47,000 servers out there. This just means 47,000 validators. You can have more than one validator on a server. So, real number could be, I don't know, close to 10,000, close to something like that. The real number of actual servers or people or entities doing validating. But, it doesn't matter. Validators are helping secure the network. More validators we have, there's a certain drop-off point, but basically, helping secure the network, more secure, all that stuff. There's a threshold, which I'm looking forward to talking to once we hit that one day. And it could be very, very expensive to do that in the future. This is at least $20K to change. Yeah. Match around for you. Okay. I'll take your word for it on that for now. About to wrap up. Good stuff, Paul. Yeah, go to Go Pulse or Go Validate, Benny. Check that out. That will get you started. Do it for the tech. Like literally, that's why I got into validating. I was like, yeah, I don't even think it's gonna be profitable anytime soon because Pulse is down so much and all that. And there's costs and networking and whether you do it in the cloud or at home and all this stuff. So I was literally like, yeah, I'm just gonna do it because I want to help the community. Yeah, I want people to figure it out, and I'm intellectually curious about it myself. I want to know how to do it. So. All right, that's all I got. That's all I got for everyone. Appreciate you all. HEX is unstoppable. Not saying the price is, although I certainly hope it is. Cycles up and down. We saw that the last cycle as well. If we're in it or we're not in it, or bottoms in, or other whatever you believe there. But the code, the community, glory. I'm looking forward to glory. Very cool. Everyone, that's all I got for you. Scivive and 5555.